When you study and look at the big questions in science, look at the origins of the universe or the evolution of humans, the scientist has to realize that those aren't only scientific questions, those are philosophical and theological questions. Usually you see things go off the rails when a scientist tries to do philosophy without any expertise, or you see a philosopher trying to do science without any expertise. And to answer these bigger questions, it requires a lot of different perspectives, and it requires things that go beyond what I know as a scientist. A lot of these big questions, they have scientific answers and scientific directions today, but they also are the gateway, the door to sort of bigger philosophical questions. We can look at the evolution of humans, but that opens up the question of what are humans? Are they just material beings? Are they just physical things? Or are they different in some way from other things in the universe? And it's always fascinating to me that a lot of evolutionary biologists or scientists might say, oh, evolution shows there's no purpose, or the universe is big and dark and shows that there's no purpose. We're just a meaningless speck here 14 billion years in. That's not what the science shows. Science shows that the universe is 14 billion years old and we live on the earth. But to jump to the conclusion that we're meaningless, that's not what science shows. That's something that somebody has built into and added on to the science. When you look at the science and you look at the data, there's nothing in that can show that there's no purpose. It opens up all these interesting philosophical questions that are there sort of at the bridge between science and philosophy. And as humans, we're drawn to those questions because as humans, we're sort of meaning-making people. We look for meaning in things. We look for purpose in our lives and in what we do. And we look for patterns. That's who we are. We like to tell stories, right? And we want to know, what's the story of the universe? Where did it come from? Where is it going? Those things sort of draw us in, and that's why I love thinking about these things, because those bigger questions in science are sort of merged with those bigger questions in philosophy, those questions about the fundamental questions of who we are, where we're going, why we're here, and why is it that the world is structured in the way it is. And those, for anybody that has any curiosity left in them, those are questions that they are going to be drawn towards to really understand who I am and how I exist in the world, and what's my relation to other people and to the universe and to the planet. Those questions really require understanding what's happened evolutionarily, cosmically, biologically, and then integrate that into everything that I know, both by science and also by reason, by philosophy, by theology. And how do you integrate all those and become a full person?